You wake up and your penis is soft. No erection, no signal, just silence where your manhood used to speak loudest. It's not just a fluke, it's been happening more and more, and now the absence feels louder than anything else. That quiet, unconscious rise, the one that used to greet you like clockwork, has simply stopped. No warning, no goodbye, just a stillness between your legs, and a question in your chest. Is this the beginning of the end? Because you know, even if no one talks about it, that a morning erection means more than desire. It means blood is flowing. It means your body is alive, charged, ready. And when that signal goes missing, you feel it, not just in your groin, but in your gut, like something sacred has been unplugged. I had a patient, 67, disciplined, sharp, still lifting weights, but he sat across from me, looked down, and said, "Doc, my penis used to wake up before I did. Now it's like it forgot how." He thought it was age, but what was really happening was deeper, a slow shutting down of circulation, of nerve sensitivity, of hormonal rhythm. Here's what no one tells you. Most erection issues aren't about libido, they're about blood. And when your body stops sending it where it matters most, your confidence pays the price. But there's hope, because buried in nature, in something as simple as a root, is a way to whisper to your blood vessels. Open up, flow again, breathe life into the man below the belt. Your penis is not the problem, it's the warning light. The question is, will you answer it? Because what's missing isn't gone, it's just waiting for you to wake it back up. When a man feels less like himself, you don't talk about it, not to your friends, not to your partner, maybe not even to yourself, but you feel it, like a slow erosion under your skin. You walk into a room and something feels dimmer. You reach for your partner at night but hesitate because you're not sure your body will answer. It's not just about the penis, it's what it represents. Your edge, your energy, your quiet masculine power. That power used to hum in your bones. You'd wake up hard without even thinking. A solid erection was a silent reminder. You've still got it. Now, the silence lingers, and you wonder, do I? No one warned you about this part of aging. Not the commercials, not the doctors, not the younger version of you who never imagined this kind of silence. They talk about joint pain, fatigue, wrinkles, but not the shame of a body that forgets how to rise. You carry it well, though. You make your partner laugh. You act like it doesn't bother you, but deep down something sacred feels stolen. You miss the man you were when your blood flowed freely, when you felt strong, spontaneous, hard, not just physically, emotionally. And here's what no one tells you. You're not broken. You're not less of a man. You're in a battle most men fight quietly behind closed doors, with their heads down and their hearts heavy. This isn't about vanity. It's about dignity. Because when your body stops responding, something inside you starts questioning, am I still wanted? Am I still see me? But let me tell you something. As someone who sat across from countless men asking these same silent questions, what you're feeling is real, and it's reversible. You don't need to accept this quiet decline, because what went dim isn't gone. It's just waiting to be reignited. And the first spark comes from knowing, truly knowing, that you're not alone. Why blood flow fades with time. It's easy to blame age. That's what most men do. You hit 60, and when your erections weaken, when your penis doesn't respond the way it used to, you figure, well, this is just how it goes. But that's not the whole story. The truth is, your body is still trying to work. It's still sending signals, but something's standing in the way. And it's not a lack of desire. It's not just low testosterone, it's blood. Or more accurately, what's blocking it. Inside your arteries, especially the tiny ones that lead to your penis, inflammation can build like rust in old plumbing. Years of sugar, stress, poor sleep, processed food, alcohol, maybe even medications. They quietly damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels. The flow slows, the pressure weakens, and what was once a strong, effortless erection becomes a fading memory. But it doesn't happen overnight, and that's what makes it so dangerous. One day you're waking up with morning wood, the next it's weaker, then it's gone. And because it's not painful, because no one sees it, you let it slide. See, an erection is one of the most precise vascular events in the human body. It takes strong, clean arteries to fill the chambers with blood, hold pressure, and respond to arousal. But when those vessels narrow, harden, or get inflamed, the response weakens. And here's the kicker. The penis is often the first place to show signs of cardiovascular decline, long before your heart does. That means this isn't just about performance, it's about survival. And once you understand that, once you see the erection as a signal, not a failure, you realize something powerful. Your body isn't giving up on you, it's begging you to fight for it. Erections are a blood flow event, not just hormones. You've been told it's all about testosterone, as if your manhood lives and dies by a single number. But here's the truth most doctors never say out loud. Even with perfect hormone levels, if your blood doesn't flow, your penis won't rise, because an erection is not just about drive, it's about delivery. Think of your arteries like rivers. When they're clean and open, blood rushes in, full of oxygen, life, heat. That rush is what fills the two chambers inside your penis, the corpora cavernosa. It's a hydraulic system. Pressure builds, the valves close, and just like that, hard, strong, undeniable. But if those rivers get clogged with plaque, if the lining of those vessels becomes inflamed, stiff, or damaged, the flow slows, the pressure drops, and no amount of arousal can create a solid erection. I once had a patient, 64, active, still lifting weights. Testosterone levels? Great. Libido? Still there. But his penis couldn't hold firmness. Why? His endothelial cells, the ones that line the inside of every blood vessel, were inflamed. Years of unnoticed damage had turned strong, flexible arteries into brittle, sluggish pipes. But here's where it gets hopeful. Because science has shown that certain natural foods, rich in nitrates, antioxidants, and circulation-enhancing compounds, can restore that inner lining. They help the vessels relax, widen, and send blood exactly where it needs to go. Foods like beets, yes, beets. They're loaded with dietary nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in your body, the very chemical that tells blood vessels, open up, let the blood flow, and when it flows, the erection returns, not from force, not from pills, but from function. This isn't about chasing your 20-year-old self. It's about waking up the man who's still in there, buried beneath years of slowed circulation and silent inflammation. Because once your blood flows freely, your confidence does too. And you remember, with a quiet smile, that your body still knows how to rise. Why? His endothelial cells, the ones that line the inside of every blood vessel, were inflamed. Years of unnoticed damage had turned strong, flexible arteries into brittle, sluggish pipes. But here's where it gets hopeful, because science has shown that certain natural foods, rich in nitrates, antioxidants, and circulation-enhancing compounds, can restore that inner lining. They help the vessels relax, widen, and send blood exactly where it needs to go. Foods like beets, yes, beets. They're loaded with dietary nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in your body, the very chemical that tells blood vessels, open up, let the blood flow, and when it flows, the erection returns. Not from force, not from pills, but from function. This isn't about chasing your 20-year-old self. It's about waking up the man who's still in there, buried beneath years of slowed circulation and silent inflammation. Because once your blood flows freely, Your confidence does too, and you remember, with a quiet smile, that your body still knows how to rise. The one food that reawakens blood flow. It's not a pill. It's not a prescription. It grows in the dirt, deep red, sweet, humble, and yet it holds the power to do what no synthetic drug can. Reawaken the blood flow, all the way down to your penis. I'm talking about beets. Yes, beets, the same root your grandmother probably boiled. But inside this earthy vegetable is something remarkable. Dietary nitrates. Once in your body, they convert into nitric oxide, a molecule that tells your blood vessels to open, expand, and deliver. And that matters, because for an erection to happen, and to last, your arteries must relax. They need to send a surge of blood into those two chambers inside your penis, fill them fast, and hold the pressure. Beets help make that happen naturally. I had a patient once, 61, former construction foreman, quiet guy. He told me he started drinking a glass of beet juice every morning. Within 2 weeks, he was waking up hard again, not every day, but enough to feel like himself. He looked at me and said, "Doc, I didn't know food could do that." That's the power of natural nitric oxide. Beets also help lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and improve oxygen flow. Not just to your brain or heart, but right to your groin. You can eat them roasted, blended into smoothies, or juiced fresh each morning. Even powdered beetroot works, as long as it's pure. And don't expect fireworks on day one. This is a gentle, steady return, not a jolt. Your body doesn't need a bomb. It needs a signal. And beets whisper that message to your arteries. Wake up, send blood where it belongs. Reclaim the rhythm of a real erection. No side effects, no crash, just the quiet return of what makes you feel like a man. The truth is, your penis isn't broken. It's waiting. All it needs is a little help from nature. What happens if you do nothing? You tell yourself it's fine. It's just part of aging. One less erection? No big deal. But deep down, you feel the weight of what's slipping away. At first, it's physical. You stop waking up hard. You avoid intimacy, not because you don't want it, but because you're afraid of what your penis won't do. You make excuses, tired, stressed, not in the mood. But what starts in the body bleeds into your spirit. You stop reaching, you stop flirting, you stop feeling like the man you used to be, and your partner notices, even if she doesn't say it out loud. The silence between you stretches, not from anger, but from disconnection. She misses the closeness, the spark, the touch that used to come without hesitation. And you miss the confidence, the knowing, the fire. I've seen it in too many men. They ignore the early signs, the fading morning wood, the softness, the delay, until it becomes their new normal. And by the time they ask for help, the distance has grown, inside their relationships and inside themselves. Let me say this as clearly as I can. Ignoring a failing erection doesn't make you stronger. It makes you disappear piece by piece. Because when your body stops responding, it chips away at how you see yourself. Not just in the bedroom, but in life. You second guess. You hold back. And one day, you look in the mirror and wonder where the man went who used to feel alive. But it doesn't have to end there. You have a choice to stay quiet, passive, resigned, or to respond to the message your body is sending. Your penis isn't punishing you. It's trying to get your attention, to say, don't let this go, don't fade, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets to come back. But choose now, and even the smallest act of healing can start to bring you home. Reclaiming the fire below your belt. You were never just a body, you were a presence, power, a man who stood tall not because of pride, but because of knowing. Knowing that when desire is called, your body would answer. That when she looked at you, you didn't flinch or fake it. You felt it, hard, strong, undeniable. That's not vanity, that's vitality, and you miss it, not just in your penis, but in your posture, your voice, your walk through the world. Because let's be honest, when your erections fade, so does your sense of command. You don't move the same, you don't risk the same. That inner fire, the one that used to pulse beneath your skin, dims. But here's the truth I need you to hear. That fire isn't gone, it's waiting. Your blood still remembers how to flow. Your nerves still know how to respond. Your body still wants to rise. You are not too old. You're not too far gone. You are not broken. You're simply disconnected from the fuel that lights the flame. And when you begin to restore that flow through breath, through food, through natural repair, you start to feel him again, the man you used to be, the man who didn't doubt, the man who reached for her with confidence, not caution. I saw it in a man named Richard, 70, twice divorced, quiet as stone. He started with beet juice, a few simple changes. 3 weeks later, he came into my office, smiled, and said, "Doc, I woke up hard and I felt like me again." That moment, that's what this is about. Not performance, not ego, returning to the man who doesn't second guess, who doesn't apologize for wanting, who owns his desire like a birthright. You haven't lost your fire, you've just forgotten how to feed it, and now you have the match in your hand. You don't need a shelf full of pills, you don't need to chase youth, you need one thing, circulation, because blood is life, and where it flows, energy returns, warmth returns, erections return. You now know the truth. Your penis was never the problem. It's the signal, the early warning system that your body needs help. And help doesn't have to come from a pharmacy. Sometimes it starts in the kitchen with a single glass of beet juice. 1 glass. That's it. No drama, no side effects, just a quiet decision that says, "I'm not done yet." Because every time you choose to support your blood flow, you're choosing to show up again. Not just for intimacy, but for life, for connection, for the version of yourself that never stopped wanting to feel alive. You've been patient, you've been silent, but now you've been seen. And now it's your move. So tomorrow morning, before the world pulls you in 100 directions, pour 1 glass, drink slow, and know that this small act is not just for your body. It's for your manhood, your confidence, your return. Because you don't need to ask permission to rise. Your body still remembers, your fire still burns, you just have to say yes.